Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Tammy Talk Show. I'm going to wait till some more people chime in and come in on the show. We have a good topic tonight. We have a mother here that's going to share her story with us. I'm just going to wait till some of my friends come on and the listeners come on. I'm waiting till and hook my other little device over there so other people that is in that area could come on. I'm just so glad to have you to join us on tonight and to share your story. I see a few people coming on, so I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes till I can see the numbers go up. You're looking beautiful.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
Like your
love
glasses.
I love the colors you have on there. Beautiful. You're gonna look on here one time and see me with that on. I like
Go
that.
ahead.
Yes. I'm just waiting a few more minutes. And I'm just excited that you accept the invitation to come on and to share your story with us. It is a heartfelt story, and as I was saying to you a little earlier, I take my hat off to you. You are a strong
Thank you.
woman. I was my children showed me your name on Facebook sometime last year, and I was just looking at your story and following you. I said, "Oh my God, that's a powerful woman right there." That's a powerful woman. And I'm so glad that you're going to come on and share with us on tonight. Okay, I think a few people are on, so we're just going to start the conversation. I want to thank my audience for joining us on tonight on the Tammy Talk Show. We have an exciting guest with me on tonight. Her topic tonight is turning my pain into purpose. And it's a mother sharing how she suffered the tragic loss of her only child in a car accident last year. Now she's here and she has created a non-profit organization to help women in that area. So I take my hat off to her tonight. Her name is Miss Clark. We are so glad to have you share your story with us on tonight of the loss that you suffered. I am so sorry for your loss, but I'm glad you're here to talk with us and to talk and encourage other parents that have lost a child. And you know people can't share that story if they haven't been through it. But if you have been through it, you can share your story and it'll help somebody else. So I'm so glad you're here tonight to share your story. I want to begin by asking you to just tell us a little bit about yourself. And I want you to lead us into the questions. I'm not going to start the questions. I'm going to let you lead me into it.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Maisha Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess the reason why I was invited, because of my story. Last
Mm-hmm.
year in February, I lost my only child. She was 21 years old. I not only did I lose her, I lost her best friend. They were best friends.
Wow.
Um, it was hard. It still is hard. I'm not gonna give any false notions that I'm just this
Right.
she woman or anything like that. I still have my struggles with that.
Yeah.
Um, but I can tell you a little about her.
Yeah.
She was we called her Pie. Her real name was Anisha Burnett,
Mm-hmm.
but Pie was Pie. That's the only thing. That's what I can say. She was different. She was herself. No
Mm-hmm.
matter how we tried to say dress more girly or wear your hair like this or this how you'll get this job or this how you'll be taken more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
How she wanted to be taken serious was to be herself.
Yes, that's
And
beautiful.
she was always just Pie. Um, what gives me strength in losing her is knowing that we had an awesome relationship.
That's good.
It was never a falling out. She was never a rebellious child.
Mm-hmm.
I always looked at her like she was my baby. So
Mm-hmm.
I may have, in some ways, maybe people may have said treat her like my baby, but she was my baby.
Uh-huh.
Um, but that what comforts me. But then on another note, that's what makes it hard too, knowing
Yeah.
that she's not here because we were truly best friends. I had her when I was 15,
Mm-hmm.
so we pretty much kind of grew up together. We
Mm-hmm.
helped each other not beat help each other beat the statistics. Whereas, a lot of people say a teen parent, oh, she won't finish high school, or she'll have a high school of kids by the time she's 21,
Mm-hmm.
or saying because she was the child of a teen parent that she wouldn't finish high school, or that she would follow my footsteps. And
Right.
so we beat both of those odds.
Wow.
Just losing her
Mm-hmm.
tragically all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a wake up call,
Mm-hmm.
showing that life is short. The
Yes.
next day, the next 5 minutes ain't promised to you.
Right.
So I've kind of felt charged to leave my mark here because I don't know if I'll be here. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow.
Right.
So I want, people to remember Maisha as making a change. And I want my daughter to smile down on me,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I did make that change.
Wow. Even as you are explaining your relationship with your daughter and you being a teen mother, you beat the statistics, like you said. You made sure you was a mother to her and showed her by example. And most of the time, teen parents don't lead by example, but you showed her by example. You finished school and got into a career that your daughter can see. Look at my mom and follow in your footsteps. So that's a great thing because a lot of teenagers, young moms don't take that pattern. They end up being that statistic. And you made a difference. You wasn't the statistics. But I want to talk a little bit even more concerning the day that it happened. Where were you? When did you get the call?
So, like we had this, like I said, she was my baby. So, and
Mhm.
she wasn't a child that hung out a lot. So if she wasn't one place, I knew she was at the other.
Okay.
Ironically, sometimes you get signs,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual signs, but you don't really know those were the signs until afterwards.
Right.
Um, so I go back like 2 days before.
Okay.
We had spent the weekend in Atlanta with my cousin for her birthday, and when we came home, I had this urge to clean up. So I was cleaning up my room, and I was being a mom, and I said, "Pi, you need to clean up your room." And she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"I'll do it tomorrow." So she just chilled. I was cleaning up. Pi
Yeah.
came and gave me the biggest hug while I
Wow.
was cleaning up. And usually you'll be like, "Girl, you see I'm clean." I would be like, "Girl, you see I'm cleaning up or whatever." But
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, that hug felt special.
Yes.
Like I'm folding clothes, and she held on to me. I know like 5 or 10 minutes. So and
Mm-hmm.
she just walked out the room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The next day she was off, and I worked. And then when I got home, we would sometimes cook as a team. So she
Mm-hmm.
chopped up the vegetables or whatever, and we ate together. But she was unusually quiet, and I noticed it. But then I was like, well, maybe I don't know, maybe she got something on her mind or whatever. Um,
Yes.
my last sight of her was when we got through eating. I was leaving to go take my bath and get ready for bed, and she was sitting in, we call it this big chair. She was sitting there
Mm-hmm.
watching TV. And so when
Yeah.
I walked past her, I just stopped and just looked at her. I hope I don't
Mm.
cry, but if I cry, so if I do, I cry. I mean, I won't feel bad about it. So that was my last sight of her. I just
Mm-hmm.
stood there and looked at her. Um, she was looking at TV. She was, like I said, she just had this calmness about her.
Right.
The next day, which was a Tuesday, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
physically see her. I went to wake up for work. She had to be to work at 6 o'clock, 6 in the morning. My husband was
Mm-hmm.
gonna take her to work. For some reason, I didn't open the door. I saw the light, and when she left for work, she was whistling. I would never forget it, and I thought it was odd, and I thought it was funny that she was whistling at 5:30 in the morning. So I
Mm-hmm.
just turned over and laughed. So strangely, I didn't talk to her anymore that day. She went to work. I
Uh-huh.
had an event because I'm involved in so much stuff. Even back then. So I
Mm-hmm.
had an event at Goodwill, and then I had to go to work afterwards. So and I was so excited, I couldn't wait to talk to her, tell her about it, because that was gonna be something that we could do together. Well, so
Right.
I didn't get out till 9:30. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got off work, she wasn't home, and I knew she got off work earlier that day. She wasn't home,
Mm-hmm.
so I asked my husband, had he seen her, and he said no, he hadn't talked to her. He got home like at 5 o'clock. I said she should have been here by now.
Right.
So I started calling her. Phone went straight to voicemail. I My
Mm-hmm.
husband called. It went straight to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of reached out. I didn't have her friend's phone number, so
Uh-huh.
I looked him up on Facebook, and he didn't answer. So then I reached out to his cousin, and she gave me his number, and his phone went straight to voicemail.
Oh,
So in my heart, because I know my daughter,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just got that feeling when she wasn't home, I knew something was wrong. I didn't necessarily think that she was deceased, but I just felt like something had happened. So
Yeah.
my husband was in her emails and stuff, and I kept calling her. I was telling my friends that I couldn't find her, my family. So eventually, I text his cousin back to let him know that I couldn't reach him. So I guess maybe by then she knew what had happened. So she
Mm-hmm.
texted me his mom's phone number. So when I called his mom, the
Mm-hmm.
coroner got on the phone and told me that my daughter had been killed in a car accident.
Oh my God.
So
Mm. Mm.
I felt like my breath had been knocked out of me, like like my heart had been, you know,
Yes.
taken. I couldn't cry at that moment, but the first thing I could do was pray, because I
Yes.
knew that was the only person that would be able to help me.
Right.
God help me. That's the only thing I could say. And of course, we started calling family members or whatever. So eventually, the coroner came over, and that's how I found out that
Wow.
Shamar, her best friend, he had passed away too.
Wow.
And got some of the gruesome details of what happened. They basically were hit head on, and the car caught on fire, so they burned in the car accident.
Mm.
Um, my prayer is that God had already taken them, and that
Yeah.
they didn't really suffer. Um,
Right.
that's my prayer, and that's one of the other hardest things is knowing how they passed.
Yes.
Um, but I know God, and I have faith, so
Mm-hmm.
um, I just have to still try to look at the positive
Yeah.
um aspect of it. It's
Of
my
it all.
angel. I had her for 21 years. She really
Mm-hmm.
brought joy to my life.
Mm-hmm.
Never, even having her at 15, I never regretted
Mm-hmm.
having her. So,
Even with some of the young people that I know knew her, they all said all good things about her. All good things. I didn't know you personally then when it happened. I didn't know the situation, but my kids and different ones said, oh, she's a sweet girl. Said, oh my God, she was just beautiful. Everybody liked her. I said, oh my God. Well, and I said, I know her mother is going through great pain right now. I prayed for you and didn't know you because just hearing about it, I prayed. I said, God, give her strength because I can't imagine. And I look into your eyes today, and I know you said it was a year ago, and I could just see strength in you. I really can. I can see the strength
thank
in
you.
you. I know on the inside it may feel different, but I can see strength radiating from you. It strengthens you to do the things and the even the foundation, the organization that you have made concerning the loss of your daughter. It took strength to do that. And I know when you got that phone call or when you heard that, like you said, the breath just left out of your body. And I can't imagine. Like,
I really don't want anybody to imagine because it's honestly like a nightmare.
yes.
And a
And
lot of times, I've been in church all my life. A lot of times,
hmm
we try to we spiritualize death, but
hmm
it is a spiritual thing. But
hmm
it still hurts,
you
and
walking
it's still a process that people have to go through.
right.
And sometimes, especially me knowing God, going to church, been in ministry all my life.
hmm
Sometimes you want somebody to just be there
Yes,
and not always just quote scriptures to you. Just
that's
be
right.
a listening ear, a
Yeah,
hug. I know they say one supposed to hug now, but sometimes you just have to take that chance and just get a hug. Just
that's right.
hugs, right? So, that's a lot. I learned a lot of things in this process. I think, like I said, I grew up in church, so and I was
hmm
raised by my grandmother, so I always had a passion for grief because we
hmm
always went to funerals. I would go to funerals since I was a little girl, so
Yeah.
I always had a little in my heart for people that are grieving. So I kind of understood grief a little bit better than some people. But
Yeah.
since losing her, I felt the charge to kind of help people understand it better. So at
Yeah.
first, I've done quite a few live videos where I talked about my grief process and
hmm
gave pointers and did different research and stuff like that, so people would better understand the
Right.
process of grief. And
Yeah.
it's not a pretty thing, but it's not as ugly as people make it seem. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Right. That's the main thing. And even with what you just said right there, you've done a lot of videos. If there's somebody listening tonight, is there something you can say to them to help them through or to walk them through or to help them from where they're at right now? Just certain things that you can tell about the process that you walk through.
So for me, what has helped me is taking advantage, not in a bad way, but taking advantage of the support that I have and had. Also acknowledging that everybody is not going to be able to be there.
Right.
Some people can't take stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also get to you take the time to get to know you better, so you'll know what you need. Because a lot of times you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what you need until you in that situation.
Okay.
Um, and be aware of your mental state. So,
Yeah.
some people are scared of therapy or
Mm-hmm.
they look down on therapy, but it really helps. Go to therapy, talk to somebody, and
Yes.
just be aware of your mental state. It may be a day where, so like just say, people if people know that you're down, they might say, "Come on, girl, let's go out to eat. Let's go." You might not feel like going out to eat that day, and there's nothing wrong with it.
That's right.
Um, don't drown yourself in your misery, but sometimes you might have to take a day or two and just cry it out. And isn't nothing wrong with crying. I
That's
hear
right.
people apologize for crying,
Mm-hmm.
apologize for feeling bad, but those are emotions. And
Mm-hmm.
God is not going to get you for feeling bad. He's not going to get you for asking Him why.
That's right.
Um, because that's how you have a conversation, right? You talk,
That's
you
right.
ask questions. So God is not going to get you for questioning Him. A lot of people say don't question God, or God
Mm-hmm.
will put too much on you that you can bear, but sometimes that pain is unbearable. So you want to ask God, and it's been almost 2 years. Just a few weeks ago, a few days ago, I was in my closet and I asked God why.
Yeah.
So it's normal. Don't Like I said, don't feel bad, and there's always somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Someone said don't take on other people, or don't try to take on everybody else's pain or problems.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm here, and
Yeah.
I also thank God, I'm going through this for a reason. So if I can help anybody, I'm open, whether it's through text messages or a phone
Mm-hmm.
call. I'm here
Yeah.
because I know how it feels not only to lose my daughter, to lose someone that was like a son to me, and I've lost quite a few other family members too. So
Mhm.
it's not easy. So, and
Right.
anybody that'll say that it's easy, maybe they haven't acknowledged the pain that
Right.
is that comes along with losing somebody.
Right. Right. And then too, how you were saying that people shouldn't be ashamed to seek therapy. I I advocate that on my show here. That if you need therapy, go to therapy. Some people don't go to therapists, seek a therapist, because even in the church for a long time, we have placed everything in God's hands. Lord, I know you're a healer. I know you'll do this for me. But sometimes you need to talk to somebody to help you right where you're at, and you could need someone that is professionally trained to do it, because they know the questions and the avenue to go down to help you to get through the process. So I advocate that for anybody to seek therapy if you need it. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm-mm.
It's just like drinking water. You need that water to nourish your body, so you need that therapist to get the things that are going through your head in order. So I recommend that anytime. I'm just so grateful that you came on to share your story. And I know that there are some more things that you are doing and helping the community. So we want to hear what you're doing to help in the community, how you are how you're challenging your pain and how you turned it into purpose. We want to hear the things that you are doing. And we're just so excited to hear how you are walking through this process. And like you said, hey, it's been 2 years, but you still go through those times that you want to cry or whatever, how you do it. And I'm so glad that you shared that with people, because some people say, well, I know down the road it'll get better. You know, when people are trying to encourage you, there are certain things that they'll say, oh, it'll get better by and by. But no, this is something that happened in your life that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life. But I thank God for strengthening you and giving you the strength to channel your pain into purpose and make a difference in somebody else's life. Come on, share with us some of the things that you are doing right now.
I'm doing a lot, to be honest. Um, so I was off work for like 2.5 months, and I was like, it's a lot of stuff I could have been working on, but I needed that time, just time to
Yes.
power down, relax, and now that when I'm back at work, I ain't gonna say the pandemic's still here, but I
Mhm.
really, have taken some of those things off ground. I started on my book, and people always say how strong I am. Well, my book is about strength.
Wow.
So it will be. I'm right. I started writing it, so now that I'm saying it, that means I gotta finish it, right? So,
Yeah, we
it's
got to do that.
right. So it's about strength. I've already done the
Mhm.
outline, so pretty much the book is written. I just got to fill in the pages.
Okay, okay.
So I'm charging myself. You got to hold me accountable, Miss Tammy.
I'm gonna
Maisha,
hold
you got
you
to
accountable
finish
to
writing
finish the
your
book, because you come back here and let us know that you have finished the book, and we can get some people to buy your book and share your book. Yes, yes. You're gonna finish.
and also, so I've always, um, we're always on this search for purpose.
Yes.
So, and being in the church, I always like, well, I don't know what am I supposed to be doing or whatever.
Mhm.
So, and like I said before, losing my daughter, I felt the charge to make a difference, to stop being idle and do something.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to start a foundation in her name.
Mhm.
It's a mentoring program.
Mhm.
It's really, at first my vision was for it to be for young kids from
Mhm.
ages maybe 9 or 10 to young adults.
Mhm.
So it's kind of going in, it's still that, but it's kind of going in a different direction. And I'll explain in a second.
Okay.
So I've already started it. I have it's legalized and everything. I just scheduled my first event. It's called I Am Me. It's a conference. It is August 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. And it's for
Okay.
young girls ages 16 through 18.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few signed up right now. It's limited spots, limited slots. So if
Right.
anyone would like to sign their daughter up, if she's independent and would like to sign up, send me an
Yeah.
email. You can send me an instant messenger, or you can just go to my page and put it on there. But
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about different things
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to being a young adult, young teenager, when it comes to
Yeah.
peer pressure, confidence, your
Yes.
image, social
Mm-hmm.
media, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try
Yeah.
to cover those in that 2 hours. And depending on how that goes, I'll see if we'll do that same age group the next time. How
Yeah.
often I'll do it. But the
Okay.
reason why I say it's changed, so I started a Facebook group
Mm-hmm.
about 2 months ago. Well, the
Mm-hmm.
age half of the age group that I want to cater to, they're not on social media. So I was like, well, let me invite their moms and build relationships with them.
Yes.
So they'll know me and know
Right.
what I have going on. Well,
Right.
my Facebook group kind of took off. So like right now we have 400, I think, 20 members, and
Wow.
which it's not a huge number, but it's a lot. And I kind of like it like that because it's still a kind of intimate setting.
Mm-hmm.
So now it'll be pretty much just women in general and not just young kids.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing, a lot of us women suffer with low self-esteem, lack of
Mm-hmm.
confidence, lack of
Mm-hmm.
guidance or direction.
Mm-hmm.
And in the group, there's no negativity. We encourage each other. I try to send encouraging messages out
Mm-hmm.
to my group members.
Yeah.
We pose questions so we can engage with each other. So
Mm-hmm.
it has really, and not only is it helping other people, it helps me.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
starting a group, like I said, I'm doing a lot. And starting a group, I decided that I wanted to become a life coach and consultant.
Okay.
So I am open. So if anyone would like coaching, and my coaching will specialize in building confidence, finding your purpose.
Okay.
And if anyone needs coaching through their grief, I'm open to that too.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot, but they all kind of tie in together.
Right.
Um, and I have different interests. So when it comes to women empowerment, I love beauty. I love making myself feel good and making others feel good. And some of
Wow.
my even past experiences and past jobs kind of help
Mm-hmm.
me with that too. Because I've always worked with women
Mm-hmm.
or women that have those self-esteem issues. I worked at a plus size clothing store
Yes.
before, and I work at a kids clothing store now. And
Mm-hmm.
adults go through the same thing as kids, and kids go through the same thing as adults, especially
Right.
females. So tying that
Right.
back into my daughter, me just looking at her, seeing that she was who she was,
Uh-huh.
no matter what anybody else said. So I
Mm-hmm.
named the group BU equals Pi, and Pi stands for purpose in everyone. So,
Wow.
no matter what that person look like, no matter how much money they have, no
Right.
matter what kind of car they drive, no matter what kind of disability they may have been told that they have, how much they weigh, how tall they are,
Mm-hmm.
how short they are,
Yeah.
or different kind of abuse that they may have suffered. I
Right.
just want to let them know that there is purpose.
Right. Because a lot of the things that you are naming, I know a lot of young women and young girls, we go through those issues that we be dealing with. We be dealing with our appearance, or if we gain weight, or all that kind of stuff because of how society say we have to look, how our dress size should be, and that's a lot of things that young girls go through with because they want that size 6. But everybody ain't built to be a size 6. So I'm so glad with the title of what you name this conference or name your foundation to help the young women to know that be who you are. And you are wonderful who you are. You are beautiful in the body, but you got to recognize. And I like the part, it seemed like to me, you are here for them to pull that out of them and for them to acknowledge, hey, this is you. This is the real you. So be who you are. You are beautiful. And just walk in it. But a lot of people need somebody there to encourage them and to show them the direction to go in life. And I'm so glad that God has given that to you, have laid that in your that vision in your heart and in your mind to do that. And I heard you saying that you like to do motivational speaking and how you like to encourage young girls. And I dealt with a lot of young girls in New York and in ministry and everything, and they didn't have too much confidence. And even with the young girls that my daughter grew up around, and sometimes even she went through that. And but you have to identify it. And a lot of times we don't identify, and what you don't identify, you can't conquer. You can make changes in your life. So seeing the work that you are doing and hearing about the work that you are doing, I'm inspired about the things that you are doing. Community is really needed here, and God has you as a catalyst to make sure that these young girls can see the beauty of who they are, not the beauty of what people say they are, but the beauty of who they are. And you can pull that out in them. I'm so glad you had to share that with us on today. Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Just like I said before, just embrace who you are.
Mhm.
Mentally, try and
Yeah,
stay mentally sound.
yeah,
You know, mental stability is everything right now,
yeah,
especially going through this pandemic. You know, a lot of people have, lost their way because of what's going on in the world. They've lost their faith.
right.
Because nothing is the same.
Nothing. No.
So just making sure that you don't let your mind and your spirit get consumed with
Yeah,
whatever negative is going on in the world. And you hear people, they say a person, you know, dying from a broken heart. But we also got to do is we have to be determined to live.
yes,
Live a full life, live the life that God,
yeah. And
gave us.
a lot of times when people do lose a loved one, it's hard for them to go on. And you can die from a broken heart. You know, the different stages that I saw my brother go through, I just thank God today when I look at him, it seemed like he's on the road to recovery because at first it was very difficult for him. But to see the path that he's taken now, I'm just so proud of him. And I've never been that close to someone that lost someone that close. And to see that and he walked through it. But a lot of times, there were times he didn't feel like he was going to make it through, but he did. But if
It's
you
that
got
it's a process.
yes, yes. And you have the right people around you too. Like you were saying, you have to have the right people around you to don't feel ashamed to lean on somebody when they're there. And some days you just don't want to be bothered with people too. And then we have to understand, because I had to understand the days that he didn't want to be bothered. I didn't bother him because he wanted that alone time. A lot of times those people that are around you see you going through the grieving process, they can get angry at you because you're grieving. And I have seen people lose friends over when they're grieving because they say, oh, they pushed me away. No, you gotta understand that people are grieving. I'm just so glad today that you're sharing so much information with us concerning the grief process and where you're at today and the foundation that you're starting. I'm excited about it. I was so excited to get you to come on and talk with us today. And I just thank God that you didn't say no, that you and you was excited. I could see the smile on your face that you were so glad to share with us today to help somebody else. Is there any questions that we have on the list? I saw my son walking over and look. you can look on the page and see is there any questions for you. Let me see if anybody have anything they want to ask you. Hmm? Okay, I have someone on here named Sharita Crawford. She said, how can we help support the organization?
Okay, so I have a Facebook page right now, and I can share it.
Okay,
And right now, it's
okay, it's stopping again. Let's see. Hold on. We're trying to get her back on. I think it just stopped her camera where she is. We're gonna have to get her back on. So please stay with us. Please stay with us. Don't.
oh,
Hello.
okay. So it's
Okay,
a
you back.
storm.
Yeah.
Okay. So any kind of, if you want to get monetary donations, or if you want to donate your time, once everything gets the ball rolling,
Okay.
that would be also a help. So I will put my cash up. So if anyone wants to donate monetary wise, because there are some more things that I need to get
Mhm.
finalized when it comes to
Okay.
that. So that would definitely help.
Okay. And she wanted to know also what was the name of your Facebook group?
It's BU equals pi.
And it's
Also,
okay.
and it's private. So I will post um I will post our picture on my Facebook page, and
Okay.
if they put their name on there,
Mhm.
I'll add them to the group if they'll put their name up on there.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
It's,
I'll post a profile picture on my page, and I'll tag you in it. And if they
okay.
would like to join, because I'm gonna add you also, so
Okay.
you can members can add, so you can add
Okay.
if you don't mind, you can add
Not a
any of your
problem.
friends, any of your
Not
friends that
a
wanna.
problem.
So
Yeah.
like I said, there's no profanity. It's all positivity.
Okay. Good. 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 And she said, is it open for membership? But
The
join?
the
Yes.
Facebook group, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, it's open. We're
It's
trying
open.
to reach 450 members
Okay.
soon. Um, so that'll be
Okay, that'd be great. Okay. All right. Let me see. Do I have another question on here? I'm trying to make sure I don't forget somebody. Okay. My okay, Jaleesa Stewart says she's interested in this. As a teacher, I want to help them to love themselves, like the young girls that she's working with. You know that in
okay.
her.
I'll be reaching out to you, Jaleesa.
She says she'll reach out to you.
I don't know. I have to see.
I'm looking for more questions. Is there anything else you want to share with us while I'm looking?
Well, I just want to thank you guys for inviting me too. It really means a lot. Um, I don't mind telling my story. I don't mind, if it'll help someone. And sometimes
Yeah.
helps me to encourage others also.
Oh,
So I'm always here. I'm a willing vessel to, help anyone that I can. And if I
okay.
can't, I will say it, but I more than likely I'm here. But it really means a lot to be asked to come and to be a part of your platform.
I thank you so
So
much for coming. And I want you to know now, when you get this book written, you got to come back on the show and talk about your books so we can get the people to buy in the book and share book friends and family in the areas wherever the state that they live in, Detroit, New York, different places. We want you to be able to share your story with for them to read your book. I see someone on here saying, what's her cash app? I would like to donate to to your organization. It's Geisha Smith.
okay, it is $ capital MAIESHA capital CLARK. So it's a $ Maisha Clark with the M and the C
Okay.
capitalized.
Sharita, can I get you to redo that, put that up on there for me again? Go ahead and say it again. The Cash App.
It's $ Maisha Clark. The M is capitalized. AIESHA, capital CLARK.
Okay. All right. You're going to get some donations because we're going to help this vision come to pass.
Thank y'all so much.
I'm so glad to see them tuning in and saying they want to help. I think I see somebody. I am in. Okay. Let's see who else want to. Okay. Well, I'm sure Rita going to post it. Okay. She already got it on there for me. Okay. So your Cash App is on there. So you should be getting some donations. And I know that a lot of young ladies going to want to get in on this and try to, help the young people. I'm so excited about having you tonight. I thank you so much. Thank you for the love that you're showing the young people. In the midst of your pain, you loving other young girls. And this is beautiful. I'm so excited. I want to be a part of it too now. Don't forget me. Tag me in.
I'm glad to meet you. I know your brothers, Jackson and I know them from church. I never met you personally, but I know your brothers from seeing them at church, and I visited a few times. But this was a nice experience. So thank you.
I'm so glad to have you. I have been in New York for a long time, and I just moved back here completely over 5 years ago. And I was just like to myself until God told me what I need to do next. So this is my next.
That's good. Just speaking candidly, like stepping out and doing stuff new or things that we, been afraid to do, it's scary. So it's scary. We have to just get over that fear. I'm talking to myself now too, but get over that fear and just do it.
And just do it. Do it even if you got to do it afraid. Just make it happen, and God will let everything else fall in line. Okay, again, Moesha, I'm so glad to have you here tonight, and I'm so glad that you talked with us, shared stories with many people that was listening, and I'm sure there was a lot of people that was so concerned about you and was sending up prayers for you and didn't even know you just heard your story. And I want you to know that we all love you here, and everyone that told you they're going to get in touch with you and they're going to donate, you can be looking forward to that happening. You can look forward to that Cash App to keep going cha-ching, 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 because God's going to bless you because your heart is in what you're doing. And the people have heard your story, and it's touched so many hearts on today to hear your heart being so loving. In the midst of your pain, you going through, you making your purpose come to pass. Your purpose is to help others. So many going to donate into it. I feel like God going to bless you out of the ordinary, that you're going to get one big donation that's just going to shoot it to the top. I'm believing God for that on today. I know it's going to happen, and it's going to happen real soon for you.
I receive it.
Once again for coming. And this is not our last time meeting or talking. I know you're coming back to do the book, but in the meantime, we're going to keep in touch. Know that I love you, and my audience are sending up hugs and kisses to you too. And prayers are going out for you, for your family.
Thank you.
And we love you. And when you come get that book, I'm gonna keep texting you now that I got the number. You got the book ready? I just want to motivate you to do it because you have a story to tell, and I know you're going to encourage a whole lot of people. This is just the start of where God is getting ready to take you. When this pandemic is over, I see you traveling around the world, sharing your story and being blessed from God and being a blessing to other people. God bless you. I love you.
I love you too.
On you. Until next time. Love you.
All right. Love you too.
And my viewers, I love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you. I'm Mom Crawford, Geisha, Sharita. Let me look on this other page here. I see other name, Travella. I see Arizona. I see somebody named T. Monroe. I see Latoya Parker. so many Alexis Nelson. I see so many names on here. I'm sure there's some of your friends that I'm calling out names. I'm just thanking them for joining us on tonight. And I want them to know that we will be bringing you back to share your book. Love you much. God bless
Love you
you.
too. Bye
Bye.
bye.